And here's the last part. So skills are worth about, I think, 7,400. Now I'm talking about over a 2-year period. I'm talking about 2 years after high school. This is what I'm talking about. This is not going to happen the day you graduate from high school, because when you graduate from high school, how much you making? I'm talking about making up to $70,000 without thinking about going to college. Now I want everybody to go to college, because then guess what? You can really jump that $70,000 number up. But college may not be for everyone in your community. In fact, the problem with college is that so many young people go in, but they don't even complete it within 6 years. And then you take out student loans. So if you follow this agenda, in addition to college, your earnings is going to be astronomical. But college is not necessarily for everyone. But the final part of my message is something called social capital. And social capital is not networking. Networking is an activity. You may have social media friends, but those social media friends are killing you. In fact, 85% of companies are checking social media. So if you come up to one of our employers tomorrow and say, if you practice what I teach, which is how to turn a contact into a connect, and you say, hello, Mr. Ed, my name is Jim, I'm a student at Delta High School. I'm trying to become an engineer. I'm trying to become an engineer because I want to be the first person in my family to graduate from college and build something instead of taking away from the community. Mr. Ed, what advice do you have for me on what I can do to be successful? I'll be like, wow. And I'll tell you. And then after I tell you, say, thank you, Mr. Ed. Can I have your contact information so I can keep you updated on my progress? Wow, so you just got this person's contact information because you're following the social capital plan. So here you are. You have Ed De Jesus' information, and then every month throughout the school year, you're sending to me a message about what you accomplished that month in school. Taking a picture with your science project, taking a picture of your report card, taking a picture of you with you and the principal. What?
No, like that.
Delta, let me ask you, if you met me at Connect Tri-Cities tomorrow, you stayed in contact with me from now to the beginning of the summer, what would I think about you?
Pretty good at playing games.
I would think you're an exceptional young person. And I would do whatever I can to help you succeed. That's what social capital is. It's not waiting till you graduate from high school, then look for a job, which 95% of you guys are going to do. In terms of a good career job, you got to start laying that foundation now. You got to turn that you got to turn that contact into a connect. Successful young people don't look for jobs, jobs look for them.
Wow.
And you use every month in school, every month in Delta as a way of establishing that credibility that you build that social capital with me. Now what's going to kill all that great stuff, the picture with, you send me a picture with the principal, but I go on your social media page and I see you and the 40 ounce.
Heck yeah, boy.
Who said that? You are wrong, man. You heard what he said? He said you take a picture of a 40 ounce with the principal. There's always one. You know, there's always that one kid. Where is he at? Where is he at? Is he right there? What's your name, man?
Where's this boy at?
Thank you. When you make the speaker laugh, yeah, man, you're good. You need to be doing what I'm doing. You can get the message out to a lot of young people. All right, but everybody understand the importance of building that. Now, you're not gonna. Now, it's hard, guys. Why? Because biologically, we're not conditioned to do so. Right? right? If you look at research, and I know a lot of you guys are into STEM, and I think this is some interesting, why don't people naturally connect? Well, I'm not talking about networking, because networking is an activity. Social capital building is an outcome, and you know, Julie has a copy of my book, and she can talk to you a little bit more about the social capital building process, but it's an actual process of having people become compassionate, right? So when I say I love y'all, I use that word a lot with students, right? I love y'all. But I want to help y'all understand what love is, right? So love is, for me, is like Dr. Martin Luther King called compassion. And compassion is a willingness to understand someone's struggle, right? Because everybody here has a struggle, man. I don't care if you're white, you're black, you're Latino, you're Asian, you're Native American. We all have our individual struggles. And it's my willingness to listen and understand your struggle and make a commitment to address the causes and conditions that gave rise to that struggle. So if you guys are struggling with things like in your family, like alcoholism or drug use or lack of affordable housing or good jobs or educational opportunities, that's what I do. I understand that, and I am fighting across the country. So when I use that word love, I don't use it loosely. I can really speak to how I love you. And the majority of people out there are willing to help you. But that's not about help. It's about facts of life. 47% of Americans get jobs through their strong tie or their weak tie. A strong tie is somebody you know on a first name basis, and a weak tie is somebody your strong tie knows on a first name basis. So you are already connected to the people who are going to help you get a job, you just don't act like it. And how am I saying that? It's because everybody knows Mrs. Troxel, Julie Troxel. She's connected to Connect Tri-Cities. That means you're connected to Connect Tri-Cities. Wow. In the Tri-Cities community, we're already connected, but we just don't act like it. If you want to find that employer, you can do so. But like I said, biology has trained us and conditioned us not to reach out for that assistance. And why? Because we need something called markers. In my research, I realized the importance of markers. You ever ran into somebody, what's a community, name a certain community in the Tri-Cities?
Head overpopulation.
Huh?
Head overpopulation.
No, but give me like a name of an area, like, you know. Richmond, right? Like you ever see, like, you know what, one thing I love about this school, and many things I love about it, I did a little research about, but you are from all areas of the county, right? You guys are from Tri-Cities, all different areas, not everybody's from the same neighborhood. And that's great because you're building what I call bridging social capital. So you're bonding social capital is usually the people who you know in your immediate community or your immediate family. Bridging social capital is when you connect to people over distances. So the point of using groups like Connect Tri-Cities and MSA is because we can help you jump major social distances. I'm speaking with General Mattis tomorrow, right? He's the former commander of the U.S. Armed Forces, guys. Like, he is now your connect, right? He lives in Richland, right? So you have to understand the power, but we need markers. That's why I live in Washington, D.C., but if I meet somebody from the Bronx, like, you from the Bronx? Oh, I'm from the Bronx. Oh, Fordham Road. Oh, Fordham Road. Yo, what's up? You ever experienced that? You went to what elementary school? I went to that elementary school. Do you know so-and-so? I know so. Because once you have those markers, it means it's okay. Because what happened in prehistoric times, if you rolled up on a tribe, like, hey, what's up? They hit you with clubs and stuff. You're like, I'm just trying to make friends. There's nothing wrong with you understanding that we have not been conditioned. Because if the markers are not there, we don't move. So I'm trying to help you understand that the markers are everywhere. These people do care. They have compassion. And you need to take advantage of that compassion. Now, for every person you put who you connect with, every gainfully employed adult, that's worth about $2,400 per person. So, and I always say go for 6, I call that your hub. So that's about 6, 24, 12, 14. So that's about 14,400. Somebody add up these numbers. The 20s, how much was it? 29, 14, 4, add that number up. Wait, that ain't 93. So let's say 30, 40, 50, that's almost 60s. Yeah, we're close to 75 plus.
79,900.
79,000, how much?
79,927.
So, and I help you guys earn a lot of money because I really like you guys. You can help me out. So if you guys want to, listen up, this is real important. 2 years after Delta High School, that's our focus. If you go to college, those numbers are going to jump up. Normally I don't talk about college because the majority of young people I deal with, they're not going to succeed in college initially without a lot of support. In fact, the way you succeed in college is by having a high degree of social capital. Remember, 65% of the jobs are never advertised, or they're advertised improperly. You cannot apply for jobs that you don't know exist. So the only way you're going to get that, given the majority of people find jobs through their social capital, through their strong ties or weak ties, that the majority of advertised jobs are not even posted, the only way you're going to find out about that is building social capital. Social capital will help you complete college. The young people who complete college have high degrees of social capital. Bonding and bridging social capital. So when you run into problems at college, you ain't dropping out. You're dropping it on your bonding social capital. And your bridging social capital are giving you opportunities to complete it. You should not be thinking about college unless you have a high degree of social capital. You need to know the people who made it through college, and then you go back to ask them, how did they do it? Now tonight, I'm going to be with the veterans, not even tonight, in a few hours, at Washington State University. And I'll be speaking to them about the same thing, about spending their social capital to stay in college and to graduate and get a job. So you can get the message now, you can get it in college, but it's so important. So when you apply these 5 things, education, work experience, credentials, skills, and social capital, guess what? You'll be where you want to be. I want to close with this. I went a little over.